what it looks like when you have a 5-week-old baby. It's like 9:30 or something. I'm not up yet, and the only reason I'm not up yet is because my husband is off work this week, and I don't have to do the school run. I've only had to do it once by myself, though, to be fair, because I've had Richard off for 3 weeks, and then my mum's been here for 2, and now Richard's off again. Yay! So that's cool. So he's off for like another week and a half. It's Friday today, so a week. He's off for another week, and then I have to be like do this baby and 2-kid thing all by myself. Wow. So I realised I haven't introduced you to the baby. So I'll show you the baby. This is the baby. We had a girl, as you can see by the pink flowers nest. This is Elizabeth. Elizabeth. Say hi, Elizabeth. She's not doing anything. She's cute. Is she cute? I think she's cute. Oh my goodness, I just love her so much. Say hi, Elizabeth. So yes, that is the baby. She's cute and stuff. So how would it, what's happened? Like I haven't run a video since, I don't know, however pregnant I was. Pregnancy was lame. I'm gonna be honest, it was not good this time. And I got induced at 37 weeks because my fibre and hypermobility and everything just went completely insane. And what else happened? Oh yeah, my legs stopped working. Like completely, I was paralysed. It was great. They came back, they started working again and everything, but like we were like, okay, maybe time to get... Well, actually the doctors just kept trying to shove morphine down my throat, and I'm like, I don't want morphine because, do you know what? Not so good for babies. Just saying. So we decided to be induced. That was like long. It took 3 days to get me into labour. Well, actually, it really didn't. I went into labour really fast after the pessary, but I went into hyper labour or whatever, and so I was having contractions for a minute every minute, and well, I was fine with that as long as I had gas and air. Who doesn't love gas and air? The baby wasn't, so the heartbeat was dropping and stuff, so they had to stop the labour. And then it took another however many days, I don't know, 3 in total, to get me into labour because we had to wait for me to dilate enough for the to break my waters, and they kept stretching my cervix. That's not fun, you know, stretching cervix. I'm not a fan. And then I had to wait a million gazillion years to get a space on the delivery suite, so that finally happened. And then they broke my waters, and if my contractions had started, I'd been able to have the water birth like I wanted, but they didn't, so I had to have the drip. And then like 4 hours later I had a baby, and it was the most annoying, oh my gosh, the pain was insane. It was nothing like that with my daughter at all, and she was like my daughter had to push for 2 hours. With her it was like 3 pushes, and they weren't my choice, the pushing, that just happened. And also I was only 5 centimetres when my body started forcing her out. That was great also. So I had 2nd-degree tears, and I also lost 1.5 litres of blood. That's not fun also, by the way, just so you know. Also, paid people to have a transfusion. That would have been smarter if I'd have had a transfusion. They were like, yeah, we'll see if you need it or not. I should have said, no, give it to me. I shall tell you for why. Oh my gosh, I was so wiped out. Like, I've never been so tired in my life. I've never felt so weak and awful. And I had a newborn baby and no sleep. No sleep whatsoever. So yes, blood transfusion is the way to go. Just so you know. Yeah. So then we were home for 3 whole days and noticed that she was rather yellow looking. So we took her to the midwife, who said, yeah, she's rather yellow looking. She's probably a bit jaundiced. We'll send her to the hospital to check. So we did. We went to the hospital, and they went, oh, she's very, very, very jaundiced. Like, really, really, really jaundiced. So we have to treat her immediately because, like, bad things will happen if we don't. So they went, and she had to go into the NICU and be blasted with UV light. She had 3 lamps on her, which is not normal. Well, yeah, not normal for jaundice. It's for very bad jaundice, it's normal, obviously. To get her levels down. I wasn't allowed to hold her for 6 hours, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot. And because I wasn't allowed to feed her at Express, so they could feed her the bottle for that first 6 hours, and then after that I insisted on feeding her myself because I didn't want to lose my supply, and I didn't want her to get confused and things like that. So, and her levels were coming down. So I was able to hold her every 3 hours then, and that was it. It was awful, and I feel so badly for people whose babies are in NICU from day one and can't hold them for weeks and weeks. Oh, it's horrific. So yeah, and I didn't sleep the whole time because I just wanted to be with her. So yeah, that happened, and then so basically 5 days later, she was only in NICU for like 24 hours or 36 hours or something like that. But then we had to monitor her, and she had to be in with me, and then she had to go on a billy bed, which is like a little UV light thing that's in a bed next to me, but she didn't have to go downstairs to NICU, so that was good. But 5 freaking days, and then I managed to spike a fever of 39 degrees, which was not so good, and I had a horrific UTI, so I had to be treated for that while we were there. And then she got discharged and I wasn't discharged, and I was like, no, I'm going home, just discharge me. So finally we left and came home, and life has been, you know, a survival mode of just trying to get enough sleep, basically. So things are starting to calm down a bit. I'm getting used to the lack of sleep, and getting stuff done sort of a little bit, maybe on occasion. So I'm gonna start blogging again. I'm probably going to do bits and pieces of days, and I'll see if I manage a whole, because I don't know how well I'll do at doing whole days yet. But anyway, I'll just put bits and pieces together and put them on YouTube. Not that anyone cares, but there we go. I like doing it because I like looking back and seeing my babies and things, and yeah. So that's what we're doing, and that's my birth story, sort of, and lame pregnancy update. So yes, 5 weeks and 1 day old today she is. And she's cute. She's a bit fussy though. She's very fussy actually. Much fussier than my other daughter. But that's okay. But yeah, she's feeding really well though. And breastfeeding's going great. And we're using cloth nappies, and that's really fun. And I'm enjoying that. I'll do a separate video about that at some point maybe. And yes, she's very cute. But yeah, she likes to basically be... Yes, I know. If she's awake, she basically wants to be feeding. It's a joy. But yes, she's great. And I'm enjoying it. Yay!